Good evening, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, everybody in the middle. So listen, I'm back at you again tonight. I'm Kenneth Roller GT Promotions, keeping it real in the gospel, KRTG Radio. That is the GT Empire. And thank you tonight for again joining me on Hot Topics. We got a great guest tonight, but before we get into our guest, we just want to send a shout out and again, I'm broadcasting live from home tonight. Nothing special. Um, we just want to send a shout out to all the bereaving families. Um, Two great friends of mine lost loved ones this week, as well as up here in the Carolina area. Also, we lost him this week. So we want to send a shout out and prayers to all the families that are losing loved ones. And again, my prayers to Joshua Brown over in the great city of Pahokee, Florida, right here. My neighbor and my brother, my prayers are with you, sir. Um, so we do want to send our condolences and our prayers. But we do have a great young man that's going to come in tonight. He's going to talk to you about the Gospel Industry Network. Now, I am waiting for him to click on. Sometimes the system, the system will, um, it's a newer system, so sometimes we got to wait for them to click on with us. But we are doing the Gospel Industry Network, and with the Gospel Industry Network, what it is it's a network that basically helps out all the independent artists that is out here. Um, so I'm gonna let him explain that. But until he clicks on, we want to just talk a little bit about what's going on in my area. Again, we have the Celebrate Gospel Music. This is the Praise and Worship Experience magazine of the gospel. And GT Promotion presents We're Celebrating Black History. It's the gospel concert, the praise and worship experience. It's myself. I am the visionary. We will be at the Libby West Amphitheater at 2 Southwest Fifth Avenue in the great city of Delray Beach, Florida, 33444. This will be on February the 8th, 2020 from 3 o'clock to 9 p.m. We have some great artists that are coming out to join us and to be a part of us. So this will be a awesome event that you don't want to miss. I mean, we got artists from all over. We got artists that are coming down from Virginia, Annapolis. We have artists that are coming from the great city of Pahokee, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, locally Delray. So there are some awesome artists that are coming through that will be blessing us on that day. Also, we have an array. When I say array of vendors, we have two cake vendors, Cakes by Kesslin and Brenda's Treats. Also, we have vendors that are selling items and articles that for sale. We have my great friend, which is Sylvia Gillian. She'll be selling her creative lotions, and we also have who else do we have? We have a young lady that we selling whatnots. So we have an array of vendors that are coming to join me on that particular day. Again, I'm going to show you that flyer once again because we want to make sure that you get the information down so that you'll be able to join me. I want you guys to come out and join me on this day. It will be an awesome event. It will be an awesome event for the family. It will be between the hours of 3 o'clock and 9 p.m. So it will be between the hours of 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. And we'll be able to hang out and listen to some good gospel music. Yes. So again, come out from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the great city of Delray Beach, where we will have some great gospel music. And again, my girl Cakes by Kessling, y'all know that she is my premier baker and she is raffling off a cake, y'all. So I hope it's a German chocolate cake. I'm just throwing that out there. But if it's not, whatever it is, she can make it good anyway. So listen, I got the bishop on the phone. Hey, Bishop, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Listen, I want to thank you so much for joining me on my platform. Again, this is Hot Topics, and we wanted to bring you on. One of my favorite people. I was just speaking to him last night, and I told him, I said, hey, I want to thank you because during the transition of everything, you made it so much easier for me to do the transition, and you were so warm and loving, and I just felt so comfortable. And I just, again, I want to say publicly thank you on my platform for everything you have done since I met you years ago until right now. And I love the fact that you're my president and you're touchable. I mean, I could call you up and you answer, email you and you're there. So we do want to thank you. So we love you for that.
Thank you, Kenya C. Wheeler.
Can you? Well,
Thank
yes.
you for having me on your show.
So listen, I brought you in because there's something that's going on. We did launch in October, but we want you to tell the people what's going on because we want to rattle the chains and the fences because we want to make sure that by next year October that we have an overflow in Pastor Freeman Church because we want everybody to know what's going on when we go back to Tennessee.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really, really excited um, about the Gospel Industry Network, better known as the G.I.N. Um, we launched it this past October in Nashville. And what we are is we're exactly what we say we are. We're a network. We network. We are industry professionals, radio, television, print media, record labels, artists, basically all the facets of gospel music. That's us. And we have about 50 cities across country and nationally. We're in, we'll be launching in the Bahamas in April. We have Canada, the UK, and recently Kenya. And so I guess we can call ourselves an international organization now. We've got plenty projects that we're going to be working on. And what we basically wanted to do is we wanted to come together as a voice for gospel music. A lot of times things happen in the gospel music industry. And me, myself, Kenya, I've been doing radio for like at least over 30 years. Okay. And a lot of times, me with that, I don't get invited to the table to have anything to say about this music that I wake up every morning at 4 a.m. to go and play every morning, 6 a.m. drive time show. I'm promoting artists. I'm doing all this stuff. And then you have all these decisions being made about our music, and the decisions aren't necessarily being made by people that are in the industry. So it's time. The G.I.N will be industry people who are going to come in and have a voice about our music.
So congratulations on going international. We talking about Africa now, so I didn't know about Bahamas. So I mean, so can you tell us because I know that names are important. Can you tell us a couple of your officers? Because when you told me when you sent the email, I was like, wow, our officers in order for us to be under is just awesome. So can you just run down a couple of the officers who will be working under and who's on your team?
Um, my first vice president is Stella Award nominee and winner. I'm sorry, he has a Stella. My first vice president is Minister Earl Bynum, and my second vice is and he's from Virginia, Hampton Roads area. My second vice is Ron Briggs from Memphis, Tennessee, and he's also the PR director for the Churches of God in Christ International. And also, my second vice, another second vice, is attorney Sybil Sloan, and she's out of Montgomery, Alabama. She's also radio and television. And Ron Briggs is also radio. And did I say that Earl Bynum? It has a show on Rejoice, Rejoice Soul Musical. You know, I forgot how you call it, but he's on radio too.
Yeah.
My third vice is out of Richmond, Virginia. Sheila Bell, the editor of the Bell Report, and she's also on Radio One. And my marketing director is Bonita Bellamy from Bonita, the Bellamy, the what is it called, the Bellamy, yeah, the Bellamy. Um,
The
uh,
Bellamy Group. Hmm.
there you go, there you go. So, and then I mean, and you know, our the person that's over our internet radio, Pastor uh, Darren Freeman, he he does internet. He's the person that's helping us build more internet station, and
Right.
he's an expertise in that area. So he's on our staff. Um, Pastor um, Lamar Scales, who is a quartet singer and also radio. He's our chaplain. So these are just some of the executives. Then we have what we call, I call them my ambassadors, and they're G.I.N leaders. Excuse me. Y'all have to excuse me with this cold. Um, and we have about 50 of them, such as yourself,
Hmm.
um, over West Palm Beach, and then and I want to say this also, that although Kenya C. Wheeler is is the Gen leader, she also is one of my, what, how do I want to say this, one of my greatest encouragers. I mean, just comes up with, let me tell y'all how Kenya is. She comes up with all these great ideas. She texts me during meetings, and I always come back and say, okay, Kenya, it's your idea, make it happen. But I believe, along with yourself, we have about 50 of the most brilliant people in the gospel music industry. And one thing that we want to do in the gospel, in the GN, is we want to hold the gospel industry accountable,
Yes.
um, as far as lifestyle. We are the only, probably the only genre of music that doesn't hold, that doesn't have an accountability to what goes on. For instance, on the Christian side, there are certain things that their industry won't tolerate. Same with country. In gospel, almost anything can go, and a lot of it is an embarrassment to not only us but to the kingdom of God. So we want to hold our artists and our industry to accountability as far as their integrity. Because there's nothing worse than being somewhere and somebody says the gospel industry is as bad as R&B. That hurts me every time I hear it. The sad part about it, Kenya, is as doggone true, you know, and I hate that it is true, but we got to change that. You
Yep.
know, we may lose some friends, but I'm not in this for friendship right now. I'm in it to please God and to bring some accountability and credibility to the gospel music industry.
Amen. And that's what we should be working toward, and not towards making friends, like you said. And like I always, and I know, and people say, Kenyon, you get on my nerve, because not only do I aggravate you, I aggravate everybody. And no matter, whenever it comes up, I aggravate. And you know what, I realize that I feel like I God gave me a gift, and that I have to use it. And I can be sitting down somewhere, no matter what time of night it is, and it just comes up, and I have to let people know, hey, listen, this is what I think you should try or look into. So you're not the only one that probably say this girl is so aggravating. I hear it all the time. I'm used to it now. So
I
I,
don't
I
I don't say I don't say that you're aggra
aggravating.
yeah, yeah. I don't say that. I just say if it's your idea, you make it work.
You make it work. Okay, thank you,
Because
Steve.
there's one thing about any great organization, including who we look at in gospel, the machine and the kingdom of T.D. Jakes. Bishop Jakes would even tell you that he surrounds himself around great people, and the gin is not because of who I am. It's because of the people that are around me. You
Right,
know,
and there's some awesome people that are around you. Awesome people. Tell I say hi. Awesome people
that's
that
I'm a grandfather,
oh, that's a papa.
and over industry, that comes first.
Yes. Trust me, I am. You see me looking around, looking at my daughter, like between the house, like, what are you doing? Why you? So we get that family first. So we
Yeah,
just, we just, I mean, so I know that the Stellas. So I know you guys are going to the Stellas, and I see that you went over to plan out some great things that they were doing in the Stellas, and you have some wonderful things. But I'll be posting that on my Gen page as well, and also the industry page. But how can we reach you? I mean, can we? Um, how can we
yeah.
contact you so
Um,
that we are able to join? Or if people are interested, I know that we have to get something going for the areas, but is there a website that we can reach you guys on?
well, our website is the Gen, and make sure you put TheGin.org.
Okay.
And then we have a help desk that you can leave messages with. But everybody in the country has my telephone number, so I don't care. You can call me at 909 733 2700.
Okay.
909 733 2700.
Okay.
my
So it's
my email is bishopkenwells@yahoo.com, or they can simply call Kenya C. Wheeler
that's
and
right.
get any of the information.
Y'all can call me anytime. Y'all know I never sleep. You know, my phone dings, I wake up. It's just an alarm clock. And we'll be more than happy to
Yeah,
give you because we want to welcome artists to the education. And that's one thing I like about you. You're open to ideas of educating the artists. And that's my passion
yeah,
because it hurts me. Like I told you, when I see an artist drop a song on a Wednesday, I'm like, come on guys, why are we doing this? So I think that what you're doing is just an awesome thing. And thank you for having me come aboard. I've met, so just being around Sybil and being around Anita and being around Sheila Bell of the Bell Report, being able to sit in the room with us and sit down and have lunch together. That is just so awesome, and you have made that happen where we're not separated. We're all together. So that is
yeah,
like the walk on the moon. That's a walk on the moon for man. The way you're basically set up the gene. Even Dr. Freeman, we went into his house, into his church, and had Chick-fil-A and was able to enjoy our day with that. So that's something that um, we will always cherish. And I was telling everybody about my
yeah,
trip to Tennessee, and that's how a president operates. So we do love you. We do want to make sure that we're building. We want to make sure we're building. We want to make sure next year when we come to Tennessee to our annual event that it is just
yeah.
overflowing. We want the church to be overflowing. So listen, I know that you're not feeling well. You're getting over a cold. So any last things you want to say before you go?
Well, let me say this though. If you have not gotten your ticket to come to Las Vegas to the Stellar Awards, it would be a great thing to come to just to experience the show. But on the Thursday, the Stellar Awards going to be on Friday, but on Thursday is when we're going to have a G.I.N symposium. And I'm looking at some of these lineups. We have Tracy Bethay out of Memphis, Memphis. She's a Stellar Award winner in radio. So she's going to be talking radio. Brian Spears, who is over Crystal Rose Rec, to tell us where the industry is going as far as technology. And great opportunity with a new television network called the G.I.N Network that's based out of Las Vegas. They're going to be in session with us too. So just educationally, it's just going to be phenomenal. You learn so much. Come and ask questions, and that's what we're here for, because we want some of you millennials to come in. We want to train you. We want you to hear our hearts, and then we want to release you, to this industry. So that we're excited about the Thursday before. That's the 26th of March in Las Vegas. Again, you can go to thegn.org for more information, or reach out to me or Kenya. Um, October, I think it's the third week of October, we'll be in Nashville, and that's going to be our first annual conference because we launched last year, but this year we'll be launching. And let me tell you all, um, we're going to do it during the week of the Dove Awards. Do not get caught up into all of that stuff what everybody is saying, that because Kurt Franklin is boycotting the Dove Awards and all that. We are going to Jen. We're going to be there. We're partnering with Jackie Patello. And by the way, for those who don't know, the lady that is over the Dove Awards is an African American lady. So it seems like a lot of people, when they hear some things, when Kurt Franklin said, well, the Doves this, it makes it seem like it's a bunch of white people, or people of other persuasions that who doesn't care about gospel music. But the person that's over it is African American, and she's done a lot for Black gospel in the Dove Awards. you know so We want as many of us to come, and we're gonna take care of our business. Kirk's issue is his issue, you know, and however he feels is how he feels. But I'm trying to tell you that this is not the time for believers, black believers, white believers, to be segregated. We have to come together now, because at the end of the day, there's going to be a world that's come against the church. We cannot afford division right now. We have to stick together. So I hope they resolve their issue, or whatever issue Kurt has. I hope he resolved. We're not cotton the Dove Awards. We'll be there, and we're going to have our first celebration. We're going to have we're going to launch our Hall of Fame, the G.I.N Hall of Fame and Awards. So we're really, really excited. And one of the things that we're excited about in our G.I.N is we're going to salute, um, what did Earl call those background singers? Um, Let me give you an example. It's a background singer that everybody knows their voice, but we don't know their name. So them, because they've helped a lot of people's projects go platinum. For instance, with the Kurt Carr singers, there's a song for every mountain. Everybody knows the song, credit, but there's a young lady out of Seattle, Washington, by the name of Yvette Williams, who sang the song. The lady who
Right.
sang "Jesus Can Work It Out" with Cosmopolitan. You know, the woman who Happy Day. She's the original Old Happy Day. I think they said her name was Dorothy something. She's still alive, so we want to put her in our Hall of Fame. You know, Lily Lloyd. You know, everybody doesn't know who she is. We know that it's a Ricky Dillard song, but we don't know who she is. Acknowledge background singers who work hard but don't get the credit for it.
All right. Well, I'm excited because one of the best background singers for Kurt Carr, you know who that is.
Who'd you say?
One of the best background singers for Kurt Carr. Do we know who that is? Can you hear
I
me?
think I think you
I
try it
say, do
again.
we know who one of the best background singers for Kurt Carr is? He can't hear me.
Oh, yeah. Uh, my wife, Lady Siobhan Wells, who
Yes.
actually did "Jesus Can Work It Out" with Kurt Carr, and that song really well because of her. She performed it live on the Stellar Awards, and some other songs, "Let God." Yeah, so a lot of you're right. Got to give her props too.
That's it. Don't leave her out. That's the first lady. So we got to show her props. So listen, Bishop, I want to thank you so much. We're going to be pushing and pushing the Jan. Um, you know, I am so excited about the 1 year anniversary. I know there's going to be some things going on, and I know again it's that it's the Thursday, it's the Wednesday, right? The Wednesday after the way I can't make the Stellars. We talked about that, but I hope that someone is streaming live so that we are able to share it for those that can't experience it, so we can gather that information. So that's my prayers that we get someone to stream it for us. But we do want to celebrate the 1 year anniversary, and we want it to be spectacular. And we're going to make sure we pack the house out. That is something that we're going to work for. So listen, again, we know how to reach you. We know how to find you. We have the email. I don't know if you can see it. We have the website posted right here for everyone to contact us if they would like to join, and then the musical publication, or just just want to hang out with somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So we just want to thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything you want to say before you go?
You're amazing.
Thank you. No, you're amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait till we get back to Tennessee so we can have a good time and go to all these classes. So listen, I know that you got a cold and I got a cold, and I say I wasn't gonna hold you on 30 minutes tonight. So go ahead and do what you have to do. Listen, guys, he's in California. Just to let you know, we are speaking live to California. Ain't this God that you're able to be able to communicate? Look how God works. That you're able to communicate via Facebook, and he and what he is in California, and I'm over here in South Florida. Look at God. Cora says hi, Bishop. Can you hear me?
Say again, you kind of broke up. I know you said you're in
Co-
Florida and what?
Cora says hi.
Huh?
Cora Powell says hi.
Oh, is Cora on now?
Yeah, she's
Is
on the
Cora
live.
on?
Yes, yeah, she can hear you.
Because I can't see who's in live.
Yeah, I know. Me either. So
I have
we both can.
I have to be on your page, huh?
Right. But Cora's on and
Yeah.
she says
Hey,
hello.
and you know what? Hi, Cora. Also, just pray for us in California because everybody is affected by the Kobe Bryant.
Right.
I just I'm actually like 60 miles from LA. I'm in San Bernardino, but I just attended a funeral in LA, and just everybody, and it's really crazy because the funeral I had to take the exit of the crash was in Calabasas, you know,
Oh my
so
God.
we could actually see the hill. We could actually see the hill when we got off where his accident was. And it's just that our city is just really gone through, you know, they're in mourning. I was just listening to TD Jakes on the morning show, and he was talking about Kobe, with them. And just pray for family, y'all. Pray for his wife and his kids.
Yes. And I was just saying how um, um, I never can pronounce his Mondre. He passed away over in North Carolina, one of the in the quartet division. And I had just spoke to him earlier part of the last part of last year, jokingly about him coming to South Florida. And this morning God called him home, and I'm like, we have to get our life together. There's some things that I need to do, some people I need to forgive, and some people I need to apologize to. Excuse me, because we don't know the day or the hour, so we have to basically get our life right because we can't be walking around saying we're believers and we holding stuff in our heart. So with the way it's going now, you have to just get right with God. That's the only thing that we can do, and make it right. So if we again, we don't want to get churchy, but we walk this life so that we can live again. But we want to make sure we live it right. So we're praying for
We can always get churchy. That's what we are.
yeah, so I'm churchy, so my prayer is that, and again, I have to go out and apologize to people that I've said or did things to, and I have to learn to forgive people that have hurt me. I have to do it publicly and privately. Have to apologize because it's just getting to the day now when you're waking up and there's someone leaving here faster than it was before. It's to the point where every Saturday you put on the black or white dress. So God is calling
Right.
us home a little faster, and
Right.
we have to do. I mean, Kobe woke us up. Kobe woke us up, so we have to get right with God. And again, I was on Cora's show the other day, and I told her, I thanked her because she watched my maturity. Because probably 3 to 4 years ago, this time, I just was a I was a fireball. You say something to me, I just from 0 to 100 real quick. And being in leadership, it taught me that I can't do that because there are people looking up to me. So I had to change the way I walk, I talk, and even with the G.I.N and even with the other organization. So this makes you grow up real fast and change the way you walk and you talk, especially when
Yeah.
you have people like yourself looking up to me, say, "Hey, you're my ambassador. You carry my name. I need you to make sure that with the way you walk and you talk, that you're representing me." So I had to grow up real quick. So that's why I always have to thank you and her. I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all for giving me an opportunity. But listen, we'll be here all night long talking because this is such a comfortable place to be, especially when you're talking about the Lord. When you get here comfortable, you'll just stay there. So again, we're going to thank you so much for coming and joining me. Again, if you ever want to bring anyone on my platform, you're more than welcome. I would love to get something together and bring the team on so that more people can get to know who they are because some people may don't know Sheila. Some people may not know Earl, but they
Okay.
make it, they make it come across the platform and be able to introduce themselves so that when they do see him, they can say, "Hey, that's Earl Bynum." So the thing is, visual is so good, and that's the way to do things in this millennium. So, but again, thank you, and we appreciate you. We love you, and again, you have a good night, Bishop.
Thank you.
All righty, good night. All right, so guys, there you have it. I want to thank you so much for tuning in with me on Hot Topics. Listen, I just want to let y'all know that the Gin is a awesome organization. But I need all of you guys to take a look at the website and join it because we are going to be able to help our artists. We want to do. We have a love for the artists. Everyone that's over, we have, from Florida, we have an array of ambassadors, which is we call leaders. That can help you in your industry move. And this is what we want to do. We want to help you. So, Bishop, like I said, he gave you his number, he gave you his email. Here's the website. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. I'll be more than happy to give you some information. We have again, we have Earl, Earl Bynum. Earl Bynum is one of the Stellar nominated, Stellar winner artists. He can give information. You want to be connected to people that can help you, because we want to hold you accountable for the things that you're doing in the industry. We want to make sure that you are growing in your grace and in your ministry. So again, I promise y'all I'm gonna be before you long because I am still trying to um, get myself together from being under the weather. So we ain't gonna hold you long. But before I go, I do want to say this because I haven't said this in a couple of days, and I want to make sure that this platform continues to get paid for. So I want to send a shout out to G.I.N and Co. She does more than just taxes, y'all, and this is tax season. So I need you guys to give Sylvia a call or basically schedule an appointment to get your taxes done. But she does more than just taxes. And again, I want to invite each and every person out to the Praise and Worship Experience Magazine of the Gospel. It is a gospel concert on 2 Southwest Fifth Avenue in Delray Beach, Florida. This is Saturday, February the 8th, 2020 at 3 p.m., 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come out, join me. We got to have an awesomely good time. And again, I'm getting out of here. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.